Hello there, my name is Nate Jackson, the Eclipser. Welcome to part 2 of our talk about Eclipse series number 2, the documentaries of Louis Malle. Today we're going to be talking about Phantom India. 1969, 363 minutes. Color, monaural, French, optional English subtitles, 1.331 aspect ratio. Yeah. So if you're wondering why I said 363 minutes, it's because just that, the documentary is 363 minutes. But it's not all one huge monster of a project, no. First of all, it's split between the 2 discs because you can't fit 363 minutes on 2 DVDs. So there you are. And also, if you notice, episodes 1 through 4, episodes 5 through 7. Yes, it was a TV series that aired on French TV, and I think the BBC also produced a version of it as well. And so it was a mini-series. Each episode was about 51 minutes long, about an hour, 51 minutes long. And so it just aired in 1969, and that's how it works. So it's not a long, you better go to the bathroom now because you ain't stopping this anytime soon kind of thing. You do get breaks. And the breaks aren't very ceremoniously, pretty unceremonious. The episodes just kind of end just in the middle of a thought, And I don't know if that was Malle's intention, but it's interesting. That being said, Phantom India is said to be his magnum opus, his masterpiece. He considers it one of his most personal project, the one he's most proud of. Even though the dude did Au revoir les enfants, this is still the one that he, I guess, felt the most connected to. And basically, it was basically just a long trip to India. He filmed, I think, about 30 hours of footage and cut it down to 6 hours. And this is what we get, Phantom India. Each episode kind of focuses on a different theme. It starts off a little lighter, focusing on dances and culture. Then starts to focus more on social issues, like the castes, and one episode talks a lot about communism. And so Malle, focuses on different aspects of India, more about the lower class, maybe because that was where they could film. I'm not quite sure. And I read that I guess he was criticized for doing so because he tended to focus on peasant. He did a whole segment on peasants and beggars. And because of that, he got a little criticism because he only seemed to show one side of India. But that being said, it's still a really fantastic documentary. I really liked it. I thought, length aside, the length it's massive. It took me, a long time to get through this, and I took a break between disc 1 and disc 2. I watched the first 4 episodes on disc 1 and then did some other stuff and came back to disc 2 later on in the night. And that worked pretty well. I thought that worked a lot better than, watching it all in one sitting. Because, that just would have been, I don't think I could have sat for 6 hours and watched all 7 episodes. And of course, that's probably not how it was meant to be. That wasn't how it was meant to be experienced. That definitely wasn't how viewers experienced it back in 1969. They didn't show all 7 parts of the documentary back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Yeah. So anyway, but here, Eclipse from the Criterion Collection gives us the chance to binge watch it all. One big sitting, except for the part where you have to flip it to the other disc. I don't know if this is on Blu-ray. I don't even know if you could fit 363 minutes on Blu-ray. You probably could. That being said, yeah, so Phantom India, I don't have much else to say. It's long, but after a while, you get into it. There are certain aspects I liked. There are certain things I really liked about the documentary. There are a lot of interviews. A lot of people speak English, but because Louis Malle produced it in French, he narrated, he translated a lot for the people. He translated, so you hear Louis Malle's translation of the English dialogue, and most of what they say is just put directly into the subtitles. So the subtitles don't take on any liberties or anything like that. Basically, what they say in English, we get in subtitles, And you can kind of hear it anyway under Malle's narration. So there are some weird bits. There's some bits I wasn't crazy about, such as a scene where vultures pick at a carcass, and there's a scene with I think it was episode 3 or 4 that started off with a man who had punctures throughout his mouth and his head, and that just really freaked me out. I was like, yeah, let's move on. Of course, that's part of their culture, and Malle has every right to film it, if he wants to, and it's important too. But that still doesn't mean that I personally couldn't watch it easily. How about that? That being said, it still didn't take away from my enjoyment. He definitely captured a lot of lovely footage, and yeah, I can kind of understand. Malle definitely does take a step back at times, and sort of I think at one point he almost doubts the project and almost just says, maybe this is, it's sort of a self-awareness mind opening for him at one point during the documentary. I think toward the end of episode 4 or 3, he starts to think about it a little more. And yeah, that's all I can say. I don't want to ramble like Criterion 8 does, Oh god. But anyway, Phantom India, this is a great documentary. It is definitely one of Malle's greatest projects, if not his greatest. I'm giving it an A. It is that good. Whether or not you're interested in India, I would recommend watching this at least once. It may do things to you. It didn't do anything personally to me, but I feel like if I watch it, but after a second watch, I'll probably get to experience it a little more and understand it a bit better. The first time I watch a lot of these things, sometimes there are details that go over my head, ideas and concepts that are lost to me on the first view. With the second view, I hope to get a little better. And so yeah, I think even from the first 4 documentaries we've seen, Vive le Tour, Humain Trop Humain, and Place de la République, and now Phantom India, I think I'm picking up this one. I think I'm adding this to the wish list, so we will definitely enjoy that one in future years. So anyway, Phantom India A. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow for our next documentary, Calcutta. And until then, goodbye.